Not surprised by the success he's having with his podcast and TV and
No.
him and Skip and Stephen A. All that stuff.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't in a million years. The things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon would say or do any of this.
Like what?
Take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some stuff in his family that he didn't want to follow that. Started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're going to take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, and a lot of times and a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to make money. But that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. Right? The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him. And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that?
What Ray Lewis said about Shannon Sharpe, to me, I felt like Rave could have not really answered Patrick's question. I would have just simply said, listen, Pat, that's my guy. I went to battle with him. And I'll just have a conversation between me and him, that doesn't need to be discussed in public. I'm always going to root for my guy, and I'm always going to have his best interest. So I'll just have a conversation with Shannon about things that I feel like me and him should just discuss privately. I don't think he should have said all that stuff about him and his situation about he doesn't drink, because he's basically calling out Shannon, saying he's not about that life. And that's what Ray is initially doing. Now, at the same time, Shannon Sharpe didn't help himself with all this situation with the OnlyFans model. And I like Shannon Sharpe because I think he's entertaining. The only thing I actually dislike about him or have a disagreement is his twerking for LeBron James that he does, because I think he gets paid to twerk and throw honey for LeBron James. But outside of that, I think Shannon is a genuinely good dude, but the situations he put himself in, especially with the OnlyFans model, getting caught up in that shenanigans and having to have to pay her and set her for life paying her, it just doesn't look good in the public's view. But again, I don't think Ray Lewis should have answered Patrick, but they've just given him a generic non-answer. I would have just kept that between me and Shannon, had a private conversation, because now this thing is going to go viral at a certain point if Shannon Sharpe decides to reply and he doesn't reply the way that's peaceful, or he decides to take his shots at Ray. So I just felt like Ray should have just kept that between them two. And at the same time, Shannon needs to be held accountable. But I want to know what you guys think. Should Ray Lewis have said what he said, or should have kept it between them? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below.